divine intervention. Let me ask you something. How much of your leadership is built on the belief that you have to do it all yourself? Now, ask yourself, what would happen if you stopped trying to be God? That is the conversation we are having today. Divine intervention is one of the most misunderstood concepts in leadership. People think it means waiting for miracles, sitting back while things unfold, trusting the universe to handle what you should be managing. But real divine intervention in leadership is not passivity. Divine intervention is the recognition that you were never meant to carry it alone. It is the moment you stop confusing control with leadership, and it is the doorway to the three things you have been quietly sacrificing: your clarity, your sustainability, and your impact. If you are a marginalized leader, you know this in your bones. You learned early that asking for help was a liability. So you became hypervigilant. You carried extra weight. You proved you could handle anything. You became indispensable by making yourself irreplaceable. Those strategies got you noticed. But what you had to become to prove yourself worthy is the very thing now keeping you from leading powerfully. You don't need to work harder. You need a different relationship to the limits of your own capacity. Why it matters? Operating without divine intervention is a slow collapse, and it collapses the three things you can least afford to lose. Without divine intervention, your clarity dims. You're so deep in execution, you can't see the pattern anymore. Your sustainability breaks. You burn resources faster than you can replenish them. Your impact shrinks. You become the bottleneck to everything you're trying to build. Take a breath and notice which one you have lost the most of. It looks like making every decision yourself because delegation feels riskier than exhaustion. Believing that if you're not in every meeting, critical things will fall apart. Wearing your overwork like a badge while your vision gets smaller. Saying, "I got it," when what you mean is, "I don't trust anyone else as much as I do." When you confuse your presence with progress, you leash your leadership from your own depletion. And depleted leadership always have an expiration date. Every move you make from "only I can do this" is built on a foundation that will eventually fail. You deserve a foundation that can hold more than just you. Visibility. This is where your sustainability comes back. Divine intervention changes how you show up in your leadership. Not only the answer, as the question asker. Leaders carry this can say, "I show up to guide, not to execute everything myself. I don't need to be in every room to trust the work is happening. My presence is strategic, not compulsive." Here is the part most leaders miss. Your sustainability is not built by working harder. It is built by working smarter about what only you can do. People don't follow leaders who try to be everywhere. They follow leaders who know where they're needed most. That is sustainability. That is the kind that lasts. Visible divine intervention is not abdication. It is discernment. It tells every room you enter that you trust the people in it, and the room rises to meet your trust, not your micromanagement. Liberation. This is where your clarity comes back. Real divine intervention is internal liberation. It means refusing to confuse your worth with your workload. It sounds like, my value is not measured by how much I can carry alone. I am not the only one who can see this through. Letting go is not giving up. It's making room. When you stop believing you have to be everywhere, strategy replaces scrambling. That's clarity. Not the abstract kind, the everyday kind. The clarity to see which decisions actually need you and which ones you're holding because you're afraid to trust. The clarity to distinguish between what must be done and what must be done by you. The clarity to recognize that your exhaustion is not evidence of your commitment. It's evidence that you're playing a role you were never meant to play alone. Liberation is the end of the inherited contract that said you had to prove yourself by doing it all. That contract is over. Transformation. This is where impact comes back. Yours and the people you lead. When one leader stops trying to do everything, something radical happens. The organization is forced to develop capacity beyond a single person. Other leaders recognize, I don't have to prove myself by carrying everything either. Leadership is not sacrifice. We can build systems that don't depend on one person's burnout, and the impact multiplies, and then something most leaders forgot was possible begins to return. Impact at scale. Impact that outlives your presence in the room. Impact that doesn't require you to be the bottleneck. Impact that grows because you built capacity, not dependency. That is how personal divine intervention becomes operational resilience. Leadership stops being about how much you can carry and starts being about how much the system can sustain, and powerfully so. The leadership reality. Most leaders are not struggling because they are not capable enough. They are struggling because they were trained to prove worth through volume. You were taught to be busy but not overwhelmed, present but not burned out, essential but not irreplaceable. That is the reality. And it is also why so many capable leaders are exhausted from the daily labor of being everything to everyone, and why their clarity has faded. Their sustainability has broken, and their impact has plateaued. If that is you, pause. You are not failing. You learn to carry everything because that is what survival asks of you, and you are allowed to put some of it down. Divine intervention is not the absence of responsibility. It is the absence of the delusion that you have to be responsible for everything. Closing reflection. Before you walk into your next week, sit with these 3 questions. What am I still holding that I'm terrified to release? And what is it costing my clarity? What would change in my leadership today if I trusted that I don't have to be everywhere? What sustainability would return? What impact am I limiting by making myself the only conduit? And what transformation am I preventing by refusing to build capacity beyond myself? The answers are not weakness. They are wisdom. The final truth. You cannot lead sustainability while trying to be omnipresent. You cannot build scalable impact while being the bottleneck. You cannot create resilient organizations while making yourself irreplaceable. Your clarity is on the other side of recognizing your limits. Your sustainability is on the other side of strategic withdrawal. Your impact is on the other side of building systems that don't require your constant presence. Let the divine intervene with the same trust you've been pouring into doing it all yourself. Then lead from there. That is the work.